Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hello, hello. Coming from For the Love of Dragons. It's Araya Anra Live. And we come every Tuesday. Why do we do this? Because we want you to have the tools you need to connect with the dragons. The dragons are doing so much work right now with the planet. And we have some big, big shifts coming. You're going to be feeling them between now and December 21st. You will probably feel some very potent energy coming on tomorrow. We've got a big activation happening on the 11th of November, so pay attention tomorrow to the energy starting today. Actually, everything always gets rolling in our energy bodies a little ahead of time, and you'll feel it a little bit after. So feel into that. This has nothing to do with astrological alignments. Those are coming up on November 12th, and then again, there's quite a few coming in December. But you're going to feel some big shifts, especially in the heart space tomorrow, because of what's being aligned. And so I'm just here to come and keep giving you guys tools. I want you to have what you need, whether it's something in your space that carries a specific energy to help wake you up, whether it's one of the books or guided meditations, or get you into one of the programs with the book club or the Way of the DragonHeart program. I will say that I'm still taking applications for that. I have 5 spaces filled right now for the total of 9. I might not even take a full 9 next year. I'm feeling called to possibly limit it to 6, so I might only have 1 more space. And we start in January. It is an application and interview process, so if it's been calling you, if you're feeling that heart pull to find out about the first half of that, that is the Eye of the Dragon. It's a 4-month program from January to May. Please let me know, because it will literally change your life. It will change every way that you perceive reality, perceive and understand yourself, and you will expand beyond horizons you didn't even realize you had. And it's just a continuous expansion, and I love it. There's Kat coming in. She's loving the book club right now. We're 4 weeks down out of 6 in that, and I gotta say I'm loving it so much too, Kat. It's one of my favorite activities throughout the year. I only offer it 3, maybe 4 times. So the next one will be coming up late January, early February, so sometime midwinter. And the book club, as Kat knows, is really a powerhouse 6 weeks of let's kick you off into the dragons. Let's get you really on track and moving forward in their energies so that things start to open for you and you start to have the sources and the understanding to some of your deeper questions to get you into that next level, to really propel you forward from where you're at now and get you on your next level up. And I know that the energies right now are really supporting a leveling up right now between now and the solstice. So we had a great question this week, a great question, and so I'm going to go into that. And it was, how many of us actually carry Dragon Lineage? And if we are a DragonHeart or a DragonRider, is it in the divine plan to fully activate it here as human? So I love this question because a lot of us don't realize that there's many star seeds, there's many angelic beings here as earth angels. And why are they all here? They're all here to bring light and help elevate the physical plane in frequency so that Gaia can actually ascend, and so that humanity itself can actually break through the veil that it's been in to see reality as it truly is, and to really expand themselves into the way they're supposed to be living, the original human design, which has been very shut down. A lot of that, as I mentioned, there's a big activation happening tomorrow. You're going to start feeling that unveiling. You're going to start feeling that popping open, because there's some shields that are being released planetarily that, and you'll feel something lock in your heart probably, that there's been this genetic manipulation, which is, when we talk about the reptilian, the mutations and the interference that they played with in the DNA of humanity. It wasn't just the DNA. What I'm coming to find out, and this came through in the last week, is that it's connected to our geometric signature. That when we talk about a soul signature, we have components within that it emanates a geometric field that is specific to us, that gets more and more complex the more soul experience that we have in different realms. And within that, because it's energy and frequency, that geometric also has a resonance frequency that carries a sound with it. So you might have a song or a mantra. I consider it a heart song. You might have a specific color frequency that comes with it or comes through you as a representation of your energy. And there's a set of information with it, so that of all the 8 billion souls just on the planet and all the billions that are out beyond that, isn't it amazing that there's so much uniqueness within that signature? That's how we actually recognize souls. So when someone does a reading and they recognize a specific energy coming in, be it an archangel or a master or some other galactic being, it's because they recognize their soul signature. So when you recognize another galactic being, it's because you know them on some level. So that's giving you clues about your heritage, your lineage, what is divinely already within you mechanically and otherwise of deeper understandings. So pay attention to that. So coming to understand that that is part of our lineage understanding, and that as we're raising this, there's going to be a realigning of the geometric piece. Hello, Rajneesh. Haven't seen you all the way out in Madagascar and Mauritius. Hello, hello. Coming from the other side of the world. Must be late for you there. Thank you for being on. Rajneesh was part of a book club that was really a special group, and it was one that stretched from Australia all the way to Mauritius, and it was very profound. So good to see you there, Rajneesh. So just talking about lineage and how that affects and what you're going to feel this week as things, you might feel things realigning or clicking in like gears in your heart space, and having this awareness all of a sudden of like, wait a minute, I feel more me than ever before, and why is that? Why have I been eating this and I don't actually really like that? Or why is my room this color? I don't really like that. Why do I have these books around me? Is that me? You're going to really start to feel how much programming has been around you that's really not resonant with you. And it's going to be another veil taken off, another shield of open into the heart space, and let your true light shine. So in that lineage aspect, let's go into this question of how many are there actually that are in the dragon lineage? And so my response and my feeling over time has been that there's probably only roughly of 8 billion people. I would estimate about a third of that is actually humanity. That's actually human as their first and foremost incarnation here in form, that this is where they're starting their journey, which is partly why they're staying asleep and they're having a struggle to wake up or see more, because they come from a very dense realm. And so that's what we're here for, to help them expand into that, move beyond the manipulation that has taken place by experiencing it ourselves and activating into that. So out of the other 2/3, how many are dragon? I would say probably about a third of that. So what does that make? A third of 2/3 is 2/9, maybe a fourth of that, but of the total population, you guys do the math, a third of 2/3 or a third of, and then that is of the whole of 8 billion people. So giving you a rough estimate, just my gut feeling of how many are actually dragon. And so is it our divine plan? Yes, it's our divine plan to actually wake up to that, to embody it, to remember it, to bring it forth into the physical journey while we're here as human. That's the plan. Does the plan always work? Not always. There's going to be those that wake up at the very end. I think they all will wake up. I feel like that's the great awakening right now, that everyone's going to wake up. But did they do it before the very end of the awakening? Not necessarily. So what's happening is that it's the soul sets a plan when you come in and you devise lessons or karmic balancing pieces you want to have, things that you're working on a bigger astral plane of knowledge or discernment or whatever theme you're working on as a soul, that you can design as part of what you want to experience in the earth journey here, that this is another classroom, that this is another place to have those experiences. And so when you are in that, yes, it's a divine plan to wake up to it and access it fully. Do we always get there? No, we don't. And I had an experience about 2 months ago in session with someone where it was very clear that they had been the one of their realm that actually had woken up to a certain level first, that there were specific plans in place coming from all the different nations and tribes, or realms, as you might call them, that they had sent, say you need one to wake up and be in a specific position or a certain level of awareness to do certain things, maybe it's activations, maybe it's popping open other people, that they had designed something specifically to be achieved, and that there were a representative from each of the nations that would need to be activated and awake at that point. So I think they all send in hundreds. They send in hundreds or thousands, knowing that all of these, one will actually make it. Even if they all are waking up, one will actually be out ahead and out in front of really on their journey, really pushing forward the envelope, that they will be the first one to get there, and that they will then activate a specific piece that is meant to click some other larger energetic pieces in around the globe. That is a communal or global activity, I would say cosmic activity, actually coming from the larger dominions or the larger realms of beings, that they all send a representative, because as we move into the new earth, there is a aspect of it to keep it in harmony and balance, that it is about full community, that it is really a communal playing field, which means we all take part equally, which means they designed this to be something that would have to be activated by all realms coming in to assist, and that they would have to have one representative from each that would actually get there, that would actually achieve it and activate that specific geometric that then creates a full pattern around the globe. As all of those click into place, that then something else happens. So I'm trying to be very general with it, because I can't go into the detailed specifics. It was very specific to this person's reading, but knowing that it is showing the harmonic of community, the harmonic of really coming together as one with the same intention and goal. And so in answering the question there for, it was Michelle, indeed we have a plan. And there are pieces that even if we awaken, there are pieces of our plan that maybe we didn't get to, that we're still working on, or just are surfacing now, that we're still trying to implement and get through. So hopefully that answered the question and gave you guys some more insights to, wow, okay, so maybe there's a potential that I'm Dragon Lineage. Maybe I just have a connection with the dragons, and it's in the work with the dragons that you will actually get clarity on that. We can usually get that in readings, or you know, a lot of it unveils, and even through the program, when I work with someone to actually merge them with their full DragonHeart self, it can be near the very end of the program that they actually get full clarity when all the pieces can come through and all of the information can flow. And it's not just always blocked because of where you're at. Sometimes it's blocked because you have to jump through certain hoops of remembering before you get to another piece. So for example, I have one DragonHeart in my program this year that early on we knew there was an alignment coming and where they were from. They were working from a cosmic angelic realm. But it wasn't until literally last week, and we only have 2 weeks left in the course, in the full 8-month program, that a higher aspect was able to reveal, because these frequencies weren't even available on the planet before, that these dragons weren't even working with humanity before, and they've just started coming in, which is really exciting. This is the Undarans. So there are Undaran dragons that are starting to work with us now, and that's how and why, like, it's a journey of discovery and peeling off the onion skin and getting deeper and deeper and going forward and forward and getting the breadcrumbs, because it will eventually unlock, and it always unlocks before we finish, but you have to get through a certain number of revealings, whether you're in a program with me or whether you're doing it on your own, that your guides are working with you very directly to get you into that place. And some of you may discover that you have a deep love of dragons because you are a dragon, and that's a big pill to swallow. Of some of you listening going, is that even possible, that I'm a dragon? Never heard of that concept before. So I'd encourage you to go to the YouTube channel, search Invoke Healing International, and find the Dragon playlist. Go back through 3 years of videos. I've been doing this 3 years every week now, and you'll see lots of different subjects that talk about all those that will lead you. That will be a breadcrumb that takes you forward. And some of you might actually discover that actually I now have conscious memory that I am from, say, the Pleiades, and there are Pleiadian dragons, and that I worked with them, that maybe I was a caretaker of the young dragons that was working side by side with them in tandem for some specific project, and that would help you understand deeper about yourself as a star being and your connection to dragons. So there's all kinds of possibilities, but you will not know until you start working with the dragons that are presenting, which is why the book is out there, dragonwithin.com. The guided meditations are on the site, which are different from the meditation tracks that are in the book, as a CD that comes with it. There are so many tools, and I'm bringing out some more. I'm really, really excited. We're very close to releasing the new Entering the Dragon Realms online program. It's going to have 4 modules, to really dive you into the who, the what, the why of working with them, and the how of what do I do? Tell me more, because I'm just a greenie here. I'm dipping my toe in. Somebody told me about a dragon in my field and it resonated, so here I am trying to find information. That's what this is about. Fantastic, Nancy. Yes, there's lots. The books are continuously going out, as are things out of the gift shop in the lair, which they're all things that resonate. They all hold a specific resonance. So pay attention to that, Kat. When your body lights up, it's always telling you something. And this is why I'm here. Really, it's for me the joy of my life and my journey to have remembered fully who I was, to work through my own process in that over several years with the dragons, to be willing to break my chains, to be willing to break my own freedom and the own shield and invisible box that I had myself in, and break through some fears to be able to speak publicly about it, to be able to bring it, because that's actually my dharmic purpose. I am here as one of the Council of Mu to be one to wake up the other dragons of Mu, and to actually wake all the dragons up, whether they're in the land or in human form, and to bring it all forward, because we all have a role to play to hold a specific energy, especially right now on the planet, that everything is unfolding. There's so much unlocking, and we've got expansions of crystalline field in and onto the surface of Gaia that is now in play, and this is all part of the movement forward, and it's super exciting. And it's one of those things where you drop into gratitude when you start getting pieces to be alive at this time on the planet. And this is on a very human level, to see history being written, to see like incredible shifts in the making, and the true shift into a harmonic of peace and unity, and to on a higher level be part of a dynamic that, in understanding the bigger picture and being able to connect to as the veils fall away and get pulled away, to reconnect with those larger families of beings that we have been separated from for so long, and have that homecoming and that sense of unity and communion with a greater cosmic family, with a much larger set of beings and energies and information, because we are going to change so rapidly here, and it's so exciting, and it is meant to be in human form. So I hope that that brought some information and insight. If you have questions, please email me, araya@dragonwithin.com, or message me through Messenger. You can also leave them in the post comments. I don't always get to those as quickly, but I do get through them eventually. It takes me a couple days sometimes. But I'm so grateful that the group has formed and continues to expand organically, and that people are finding it, and they send me their stories, and it's so beautiful. And I encourage you to post your stories of waking up to your dragons, of something happening with a dragon, wherever it is, on a hike, when you're at a meditation, or a healing from someone, a massage work. They come in many different ways and forms to connect and communicate with you. So please share into the group. That's what it's here for. We want you to know you're not crazy. We want you to know you have a family to embrace and help you move along, to understand those experiences, and that's really my whole role. So I'm wishing you a great week. I look forward to next week and whatever questions come up that we're going to be answering then. And as I said, pay attention to the energies tomorrow. It's starting to build, and it's going to be very profound. All right, everyone. Much love to you. Have a great, great week. Bye for now.